Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Toadstead. Well, we haven't had a chat in quite a while here, so I figured I'd give you a little update on what's going on the channel. You can hear my neighbor is mowing his lawn. Gets a little warm here in the summertime, so people will sacrifice having to clean wet grass out from underneath their lawnmower to get it done before it gets too hot. Well, for those of you who've been along since the beginning, we've come quite a long way. We're very close on the shop. The gardens, you know, we planted the gardens more to find out what the soil was going to be like and what we could grow and how it would grow, more than getting anything out of it. There'll be some stuff we get out of it. We'll bring that to you when the time comes. The chickens, I didn't get this on video, but I actually lost two. My big rooster and one of my Rhode Island red hens. There was nothing. Nothing. We had no idea what killed them. But we did kill a very large copperhead on the property not too far away about 2 days later. So we're thinking maybe that's what did it. We dusted for mites. We do all the stuff that you normally do to keep your chickens healthy. And just those two turned up dead. No damage on the chickens at all. So it was a bit of a mystery. But we've gotten two of the chickens that were born here on the Toadstead are coming into their own, and then we picked up another rooster from a friend. So we're right on. We're still getting a couple eggs a day, sometimes 3 between with the remaining chickens that we have. So egg-wise, we're all right. The pigs are missing out on the occasional egg because we have too many. But with one less laying hen, the pigs don't get any eggs, at least not for the foreseeable future. With the new rooster, we will be hatching out some more, but we probably won't start doing that until the fall. I've got to build the places to keep the biddies and the grow out pen. I've got to do all that before I go crazy hatching too many. If you saw the videos, we hatched out 4. 2 were more like Australorps, 2 were Rhode Island Reds. We kept the 2 Rhode Island Reds and gave the 2 Australorps to a friend of ours. And they're doing real well. They're not quite laying yet, they're still a little young, but they're doing really good. The pigs are doing fine. Yeah, they're getting bigger. They'll show up in a video or 2 here in the future, including fishing for pigs, using an interesting bit of bait, but that's coming up later too. Like I said, the shop's doing really good. At this snapshot in time, the only thing that's left is we are going to go ahead and go with some clear polycarbonate panels up in the gables, and that'll give us a little bit more natural light. Not knowing exactly what the floor plan of the shop is going to be right now makes it difficult to put too much poly in there. Much as I'd like the light, I just want to be careful. I don't want to spend the time to put poly somewhere where I'm going to end up putting shelves. So that should work out okay. We've got the big door, and that's just a matter of learning how to put it up. I've replaced a lot of doors. The big, I guess you call them residential style garage doors, the big folding ones. I've replaced a bunch, but I've never put one in from the ground up. So I have to learn and do that. And we'll bring you along for that. There's a personnel door for people, pretty big, pretty heavy duty metal one that we were fortunate enough to acquire. That's going to go in the side. Same thing, it's assembled. It's just a matter of figuring out how to put it in the building properly. A lot of this stuff you'll see we're doing, quite frankly, we don't know what we're doing. We have to learn as we go. And sometimes we will pay to have somebody come in and do certain work that we don't want to take the chance of screwing up, or we just don't have the expertise. But you can guarantee anytime we pay anybody to come to the Toadstead, we are on them and watching and learning, and of course running the video camera whenever we can. But other than that, you know, it's midsummer now. We do our trips out of town for business this time of year, so the videos might get a little erratic. I try and get ahead a little bit. As you're watching this, we're probably about 30 days behind real time. It's just the only way to make sure that I can keep everything flowing. Because quite frankly, there's some weeks where just nothing happens. You know, we're not rich. We can't afford to go out and buy building materials every day. So we try and keep the channel flowing, trying to keep, you know, let you see what's going on. Some videos will be more interesting than others. Some will be longer than others. Some will be how to do, have done, this is what we did. You know, a lot of times when you're learning how to do something, you just don't have the time to make a how-to video when you bloody well don't know what you're doing anyway. So that's what the comments and questions are for. And we'll be glad to answer and tell everything we've learned, and we certainly want feedback. That's kind of an important part of this whole thing, is we want people to give us their ideas, their thoughts. A lot of y'all out there, and most of y'all have done some of this stuff, you know, I've never done before. What else we got coming up? Well, we got to put a new transmission in the Suburban. Had a little oops in western Arkansas, so I wounded the transmission pretty good, so we got to fix that, and we'll take you along for that one. And that's really about it. Just, you know, living day to day, trying to live inexpensively. Oh, we do have some more reviews coming up. Be ready for that. Our friends at myled.com have sent us a couple new things to play with, and we're having fun with that. There's a flashlight review coming out. It's a Toadstead style review, so don't expect, you know, big fancies. When we review something, we basically use it here and mess around with it here, and while we don't try and break it, we certainly we try and test it in our way. And that's about all that's going on for this update. I just want to tell you, I really appreciate y'all coming along and making this a lot of fun for us. The comments and answering the comments and sort of meeting people through YouTube has been a great experience. And oh, one other thing. I have been asked about watching other videos. It's important for y'all to know that out here at the Toadstead, we do not have any good options for internet. We can have DSL, which bites, and it's very expensive, and you have to have a landline to go along with it. Or we can have satellite, which is, again, expensive, and we have to have some kind of television package to go along with it, which is a non-starter. And we're checking into this air thing. There's a guy that basically sets up repeaters all over the place and does kind of like Wi-Fi based internet, but he's been a little hard to get a hold of and unreliable. So right now the Toadstead uses a small hotspot that I get through my through Verizon, through my phone, and while it's not cheap, it does work real well. The important thing for y'all to know is that I only get 20 gigs of data per month, which sounds like a lot until you start uploading Toadstead videos. And there's other stuff that I have to do for business. So I don't get to watch an awful lot of y'all's videos. I do try and sneak, you know, a few in a month, and you'll see me out there comment on them if I can. But just to let you know, that's one thing we're working on. We definitely want to be, you know, give back and learn more. We enjoy watching videos just as much as we like making them, but right now we're a little limited. So that's the update from the Toadstead. I'm sitting here leaning on the hood of Scooter's Bronco, which has been living here for several months, and I'm over 6 feet tall, so you can tell this thing's a bit jacked up. And there's an old joke going around: why do you jack up a Ford? It's so you can mow under it. And we've been mowing under this thing for 6 months. Hopefully Scooter come and get it. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Fair winds, and we'll see you next time around.